carriage was plunged into darkness. Emma's heart raced, and she fumbled for her phone, trying to use its flashlight to cut through the oppressive gloom. Just then, she heard a sound, a low, whispering murmur that seemed to come from all around her. She couldn't make out the words, but the tone was unmistakably malevolent. Emma's breath came in shallow gasps as she strained to hear over the pounding of her own heartbeat. Then she saw it. A figure, barely discernible in the darkness, moving toward her. It was tall, its limbs unnaturally long and thin, draped in what looked like tattered remnants of old train uniforms. Emma's mind raced, trying to make sense of the apparition. The figure stopped a few feet from her. Its face was shrouded in darkness, but she could feel its gaze piercing through her. The whispering grew louder, more insistent, filling her mind with incoherent, frantic thoughts. The lights flickered back on for a brief moment, revealing the figure in full. Emma's blood ran cold as she saw its face. Pale, gaunt, with hollow eyes and a grotesque, gaping mouth. It was like staring into the abyss, and the abyss was staring back. In a rush of panic, Emma scrambled to the door, which had somehow sealed shut. She pounded on it, her screams swallowed by the relentless hum of the train. The figure moved closer, and Emma could see now that its hands were elongated, with sharp, blackened nails. Desperation drove Emma to search for another exit, but there was none. The train was an endless tunnel of despair, and she was trapped. As the figure reached out, its fingers grazing her arm with an icy touch, Emma felt a deep, consuming dread. The whispering grew louder, more chaotic, as if the voices were trying to escape from within the figure. And then, just as suddenly as it had begun, the train lurched to a stop. The lights flickered back on, revealing an empty station, bright, clean, and utterly normal. The figure was gone. Emma stumbled out, gasping for breath, and glanced back at the train. The train's doors slid shut, and it began to move again, disappearing into the darkness as if it had never been there at all. Emma watched it go, her mind reeling, the whispering still echoing in her ears. She never took the late-night train again. Some nights, when she was alone, she could still hear that haunting murmur, and she would never forget the eyes of the creature that had nearly claimed her on that fateful journey.